Thank you very much. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Excellency President Yahya Jammeh, Madam Vice President, Honorable Ministers, distinguished ambassadors, it's a great honor for me to be part of this meeting and to be received, to have the honor to be received by His Excellency the President today, and to underline his leadership. But maybe I will go even a little bit earlier than the Foreign Minister, because this is my third time here, and I still remember the very important decision we have taken here at the Africa Union Summit. And up to now, we still recall the decisions of Banjul when it comes to deal with different partners. Because as you remember, some of them wanted to have all African leaders against one head of state. And here in Banjul, we decided to change that rule because we are a continent as a whole and we cannot treat it in that manner. So this is one of those very important decisions taken, but let me once again thank you very much for that leadership in convening that very timely summit of Peace and Security Council. I am saying timely because on the ground, I am coming in fact from Juba and from Central African Republic. In Juba, we met the President Salva Kiir. We had the occasion to meet Madame John Garang, but at that time when I went with the foreign ministers of IGAD, we could not meet those 11 leaders who have been under arrest. We just had calls with the former Vice President. But things on the ground are coming more and more worse. And as His Excellency the Secretary General of the Presidency was saying, the informations that are still coming are not really encouraging. So that's why this meeting is really very timely, and it gave us, as Africa, who decided to bring African solutions to African problems, to come out with the decisions here that will really stand for the history. So on South Sudan, we have called for immediate and unconditional cease of hostilities as of today. This is in support of the IGAD summit decisions, and we hope that tomorrow we can get the two delegations representing the President Salva Kiir and Riek Machar to join together in order to foster a peace deal that will preserve lives. So we have asked them to engage in an unconditional and inclusive dialogue in order to resolve the current conflict. And we also appeal for the necessary protection of the civilian population and the humanitarian workers, and also to put an immediate end to the mobilization of armed groups along ethnic and tribal lines, because as we speak, the conflict is shifting from a political problem to a tribal and ethnic problem, and that can lead to really a civil war that we don't need for this new nation. Excellency, on the second issue, that is CAR, as I mentioned, I had the occasion to visit there with the Foreign Minister of Chad and the Foreign Minister of Congo. We saw that visit because our forces, African force, MISCA, was under tremendous campaign, saying that they are not doing anything, that they are even going to explode. And you have seen also this appeal to immediately transform this force to UN force. We said this is not fair for a force which has started only 8 days ago. People are judging it, and we went there first to support our forces, but also we had the occasion to meet to leadership of the transition. Allah. To mention that we want them to continue their engagement in implementing the roadmap, and also we asked for a meeting of the three together in order to overpass the problems that they have between themselves. And I am happy to tell you that we have achieved that goal, and in the next few days they will announce the reshuffling of the government to close that problem for good. So I don't want to take more the floor, but thank you very much for your leadership, and thank you for the honor you are granting us today.
Thank you very much, Excellency, for those very brilliant remarks. I still recall the remarks you made earlier in the morning too. They were very apt and very inspiring to set the pace for this very historic meeting in Banjul. On that note, I want to invite the Honorable Minister of Foreign Affairs of Cameroon to also make a few remarks on behalf of the delegates. Excellent.
Thank you for giving me the floor. Your Excellency, the President of the Gambia, we have just to say thank you, a big thank you, on behalf of our President, because we are acting as plenipotentiaries of our President, for having convened this extraordinary summit at this special time of the year, the Christmas holiday. In some parts of Africa, people on the 25th of December were celebrating, and they will be celebrating in 2 days' time. In Bangui and in Juba, they were not celebrating. They were not celebrating. They were crying, bloodshed. So, my president, I know all our presidents would have liked to come themselves, but as I said this morning, because of some other duties, state duties, they were not able to make it. But they are really, really grateful and appreciative of your decision. The Gambia is a stable and peaceful country, thanks to your enlightened leadership. But you've shown a sense of sharing and a sense of altruism in thanking all those of our brothers and sisters that instead of celebrating are crying. Because of that, we are